Doug Ryan, Mark Ryan, they're all here. We did 2 months of sailing down in the Caribbean. We had this great trip, blah, 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 blah. We sail into Atlantic City after our escapade of 2 months. And of course, Doug, as usual, gets us the best slip. And this was at the Trump Casino and Marina Royale, Atlantic City. You haven't heard it from me.
How are you going to get the real story?
Exactly.
So we pull in, and Doug was going, I think you were going to your MIT friends. Where are you, Doug? And so he's going to his MIT friends, and he's just like, and Doug was the captain of the boat. Doug was like the captain of the boat, one of the best sailors I've ever met in my life. And he was like, so guys, don't get into trouble. Bob and I looked at each other, we're like, I'm not so sure about that. Yeah. And he goes like, just don't get arrested. We're like, also, definitely 50-50 shot, dude. He's just like, don't get us kicked out of the marina. And Bob and I were like, he's like, all right, don't sink the boat. And Bob and I were like, yeah, we can do that. We're not going to sink the boat. Right, Doug? And Doug was just like, and Doug was like leaving Bob Loudon and Vinny Hackett in charge of his boat at Atlantic City Marina, right? So he walked away shaking his head. So Bob and I got in our best, we actually put the boat together. We got it really cleaned up, really nice. We got in our best clothes, which was basically torn off jean shorts. But we were tan. We just got up, we were sailing around the Caribbean for 2 months. We were like, I was like tan for the first time in my life. I'm like burning peel. I was brown, right, honey? When I came home, I was like.
Did Sean know where you were?
Yeah. I told her I was going to go away for a week and a half.
You broke up with her to go sailing.
Not true. Not true. Not true. Wait, are you Caden Collins from CNN? I mean,
Sean, that's what he told me.
So anyway, Doug left shaking his head. Bob and I got in our best, and we went into the casino. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? The slots or the craps we've been doing? He's just like, well, we're not dressed appropriately. I'm like, you and I have never been appropriate as long as we live. So what's the problem? Let's go to the bar. We go to the bar. The bartender's name is Jay, and he's like the coolest dude you ever wanted to meet. And he's just like looking at us, and so we're sitting there having some drinks, and Bob orders a rum. We've just been through the Caribbean for 2 months, like partying our ass off, drinking rum every single day. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? We finally get back to New York. We're in Atlantic City or Jersey, wherever we are. You're gonna order a rum? Okay, doors. He orders the doors. So we're sitting there, we're having a good time, and all of a sudden, this woman walks in. She is like Ralph Lauren, whatever. She's just like to the nines, diamond studded, a Gucci pocketbook. Drunk as a skunk. She comes into the bar, puts her pocketbook down on the bar, and Bob's like, this is gonna be fun. and so we're talking, and then she ordered a martini, and Jay, the bartender, was just like looking at me and Bob, because we become friends, fast friends, because Bob and I were really good at becoming fast friends with bartenders. And he was just like, this is not gonna end well. And so he's like, can you just pay for your last drink? Because she was starting to like hang on me, and she was just all over the place. And she goes, yeah, let me just go to my pocketbook. And she reaches into her pocketbook and pulls out this little split. I don't know if you know about wine and champagnes, but it's a split. It's a half a bottle of champagne, and puts it on the bar. And then she gets her card out and everything else like that. And I look over and I said, do you mind if I take a look at it? I spin it around, and it's a Tattinger, which is really good champagne. It's a split, and it says Donald Trump birthday celebration. July 16th, 1988, which happened to be the day that we're sitting there. And I'm like, what's going on? She's like, oh, I just came from Donald Trump's birthday party. It's crazy up there, blah, 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 blah. He doesn't drink, so he's already gone. And I'm like, and then she picked up her stuff and she left. And I'm like, okay, good. And then I look over at Bob, and Bob's got that look, man. Bob's got that look. And I'm like, oh no. He's like, goes to the bartender, he goes, Jay, you know, I am the nephew of Donald Trump. And Vinny and I here, because we told him how we just sailed this boat and everything like that. And Jay's like, he's like, but I'm the nephew of Donald Trump. And you know what? I just realized something. He said, if we get back in on this date, there might be a party upstairs, the Grand Ballroom. And Bob all of a sudden goes, second floor, right? Like, totally shoot. Like, had no idea what he's talking about. Second floor? That's like, yeah, it's the Grand Ballroom on the second floor. And Jay's just like, And Jay looks at me. He took one look at me. He was just like, "Oh boy, you guys, this is not going to end well for you guys." Anyway, Uncle Don. All of a sudden, Bob starts talking Uncle Don. Right, Doug? You weren't there, Doug, but all of a sudden it was like Uncle Don this, Uncle Don that. So we go walking out. Oh, and Jay goes to me. He goes, "First of all, you guys got 30 seconds and you go on." He goes, "But if you actually make it into Donald Trump's birthday party, and you can bring, and you can prove to me, you come back here, as long as you and your buddies in the boat are here, you're drinking for free. There's just no way you're getting in there." So Bobby and I go walking out the door, and he starts heading toward the main elevator. I'm like, "No, dude, freight elevator." He goes, "Why are we going to take a freight elevator?" I'm like, "You know how much security is in this place?" Even though this was 1988. Think about how long ago that was, for Christ's sake. And so we take the freight elevator. We go up in the freight elevator, it opens up, I stop him from running out, and I look over, and there's fucking, what's his name? Some country singer, I can't remember. Oh, Kenny Rogers. Kenny Rogers being escorted out by like 15 security men and down the stairs. And Bob's like, "Come on, let's go." I'm like, wait. Then there's 2 more security men. And so then we're like, "Now we go." And we ran around, and we come into the entrance to the Grand Ballroom, and there's 2 pirates. And now these women, granted, let me be clear here, they were older than 18. So they were high reads of Donald Trump, and they were older than 18, just saying. 2 pirates, absolutely gorgeous women in pirate outfits, and they had 2 treasure chests next to them. And I'm like, "Hey, ladies," and they're like, "What are you guys doing here?" I'm like, and then Bob was like, "Going to Don's birthday party. He's my uncle, man. This is, Uncle Don." And they were like, "What?" So we walk down the hallway, and there's 2 goons standing there. And Bob immediately goes into hyper mode. If some of the people around here know what I'm talking about, when Bob's got a fucking shit, when he's got the shit going on.
Bullshit story.
He is just amazing. And he was just like, "So guys, here's the deal. I know we're not dressed for it. I understand. But Uncle Don said we brought his fleet in, because the fleet did come in. Donald Trump had his like 300 footer come in and his 100 footer come in. And it was a total shit show, which I can tell you later. But they were like, we helped put the fleet in. He's actually my uncle." And he said, "Just come in and have at it." And the guy's like, "What?" He said, and Bob, like, you guys know each other, but Bob didn't get, like, he's really persuaded. He looked at this dude, and he's just like, poked him in the chest. He's like, "Dude, call him right now. I'm his fucking nephew. I just brought boats in here. You're disrupting me. I need to be in there for the rest of this party. So let me fucking in. And if you've got a problem with me, you come talk to me later." And the dude was like, whoa, okay. And so the one dude was like, "Oh, okay." The guy next to him, the other dude, but we're talking like total fucking
War rats.
grease monkeys. I mean, fucking 45 stick out of them. The other dude was laughing fucking hysterical. He knew. He was much smarter than the guy, but he just let it roll. But he's literally like laughing. And the other guy was just like, "What are you laughing at?" I'm like, so we got let in. And Bob goes to me, goes, "Zach, what do you think?" And I'm like, 6 minutes max. Max. And he's just like, "I was thinking 10, but you're probably right, 6. So what do we do?" And I'm like, "Let's go to town. As much food, as much booze as possible." We go walking into this place, and we start to get on the buffet. Now, granted, this was probably like 9:45, 10 o'clock, so Trump was long gone, Kenny Rogers was long gone, it started to count down. But Paul Simon was there with the Graceland girls. So there's Paul Simon, and literally surrounded by 12 black women from the Graceland and a couple of producers. And I'm like, "Dude, that's fucking Paul Simon, the Graceland girls. That's pretty cool." I mean, like, what did Bob do? Put his plate down, right over. Sat down, put his arm around Paul Simon. "Hey, dude, how you doing?" "I'm Donald Trump's nephew. How you doing?" I'm going, "Oh, we are so fun." So he comes back in the line, and we get down, and we actually were able to we like sucked down like probably 3 pounds of beautiful seafood and 2 bottles of Tattinger by the time the boys came back. So now these 2 guys come back, and they're like, the one dude who was laughing before, he's still fucking laughing. He's behind this other guy. He thinks it's great. The other dude was pissed off. He comes in and he shows me he's got 45. And Bob's just like, "Dude, seriously? Are you really going to press this? Because I'll have your fucking job. I will have your job." And then I'm like, I got a kid crab claw in my mouth. And I'm like, just watching him go. I mean, he was just, let me tell you something. Bob, when Bob was in this mode, some of you all really know, when Bob was in this mode, it was fucking classic. And there was no getting him out of the boat. And so I'm like, kicking him, I'm like, I think the gig's good. I think the gig's up there. He's like, do you understand who I am? I am Donald Trump's nephew. Uncle Don told me to come here. And the dude's like, now he's like reaching for his gun. I'm like, wow, you know what? We're actually going on 13, 15, 14 minutes here. I think we're pretty good. He's like, and then like every once in a while, he would like come to life and he looked at me, he's like, you know what, you're right, we're about to die. So, and he's just like, you know what? We've had our fill, we're getting up, and we're leaving, and that's when the dude with the gun was just like, he's like, you fucking guys, and he grabbed it. Meanwhile, the other security guard couldn't control himself. He's fucking shaking, he's laughing so hard, you know what I mean? And the jerk security guard was fucking so pissed at his buddy, this dude couldn't stop laughing. So we got to the door of the ballroom, like escorted. The dude was laughing, finally got his shit together because he's about to get fired, and grabbed me, and we're getting to the door. And I look at Bob and I'm like, we got to get the pirates on the boat. He's like, absolutely, 100%. We're getting the pirates on the boat. He goes, if we make it that far, I'm like, dude, throw it again. Throw it. He turns around, he's just like, I swear to God, he grabbed the dude by the shoulder, the mean dude. He's like, I swear to God, when Uncle Don gets through to you, you'll be so fucking done. And the security guard that was laughing at him, was like, guys, just, and the mean one was like, no, we're taking him down. He's like, dude, shut up. Get the fuck out of the way. He's like, guys, and he was like laughing. He's like, get the fuck out of here. So now we're down the one corridor, going back towards the two pirates, right? And I get up there, and the two pirate girls were like, wow, what the fuck? You guys are out of your fucking mind. I mean, we literally have jean cut-off shorts and like, you know. And I said, can we get a bottle? And they're like, absolutely, can we get a bottle? You freaking kidding me? You take the whole fucking chest. And I'm like, no. But more importantly, correct me if I'm wrong, Doug, but I'm pretty sure the slip was 050.
I don't remember the slip number. I remember a lot of things, but not the slip number.
Yeah. So, and I said, we're in slip 050. 2 rows over, right there. We're like, right there. They're like, why time is it? I'm like, because we're having a party. And I want you girls to come. So they said, okay. We got our 2 bottles of Tanger, which I should have brought. Honey, where is she? Shawnee?
He left you.
Well, it's about time. Jesus Christ, it's only been 44 years. Bye-bye.
40 minutes on stage, she finally had it.
I know, I talk too much. I don't care. So we go down to the bar. Bobby and I go down to the bar. And there's Jay, the bartender, and he was just like, I thought you guys got kicked out. I heard about it on the radio. And I'm like, nope. And Bob and I took both Tanger splits and put it on the bar. I'm like, Jay, we're drinking. So, make a long story short, way too long, right? So, that night at 2 o'clock in the morning, we were on Saudade, on this beautiful boat that we just sailed back to the Caribbean, and Jay, the bartender, was there. The 2 pirates were there. One of them ended up, when I woke up the next morning, one of the pirates was naked on the front deck. No idea, it wasn't me. I have no idea, but she was naked. I had to wake her up and dress her. So I told you. So the bartender was there, the 2 pirates were there, and you know who else was there? That security guard that was laughing his stage. Turned out to be one of the best guys. Bob, this guy laughed for 2 hours later at 3 o'clock in the morning. He's like, I've never seen anything like that. You just crashed Donald Trump's birthday party. What the fuck?
That's awesome.
That's my story. I'm sticking to it.